Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. I dare you to watch this interview because you're going to get to talk to one of the most talented up-and-coming actresses, Emma Roberts, for a new movie called Nerve, all about daring. What do you think the commentary on this movie is? Because so much of what we see in this film is not fictitious.
Yeah.
It really is out there in the world of social media.
Yeah, well, I mean, the movie revolves around, an online game called Nerve, and it's basically you decide if you're a watcher or a player, and the watchers dare the players to do things that, you don't want to do. And it starts out kind of on the easier, fun side and then can take a dark turn very quickly. And everyone's been saying this movie takes place like 5 minutes in the future because it's one of those things where it's not that outlandish for a game like this to exist because everyone's already kind of like doing this stuff on YouTube and with all these apps that are all about just like posting stuff and being dared to do stuff. So yeah, I think it's this. The thing I loved about this movie and the script was that it kind of feels a little too close to home, which keeps you on the edge of your seat.
But part of what drives this movie, really, for me, is about the concept of peer pressure.
Yeah.
That really, would she have done this? Would V have done this if it wasn't for her friends kind of pushing her in a certain direction?
Yeah.
So how susceptible are you, or have you been to peer pressure?
I'm not someone that I'm very hard-headed and almost to a fault, like not listening to other people. So I never really succumbed to peer pressure, but I definitely can relate to that in a sense of if I post something on my Instagram and people are negatively commenting on it, I immediately regret it and think should I take it down or I don't know what to do. So I definitely get that, and I mean for V in the movie Nerve, the catalyst to her signing up is because her friends are kind of bullying her and being like, you're too uptight, you need to loosen up, and she starts to question herself and starts playing this game. And I mean, luckily for her, she kind of uses it as a way to find herself, but that doesn't always happen. And so I think when people see this movie, hopefully they'll take away from it as everyone has their own kind of bravery or nerve, and you have to find that within yourself. Maybe you're brave in ways that your friend isn't. I think I'm brave in some ways, but not brave in a way where I'll go like skydiving or bungee jumping. So everyone has to kind of find their own bravery, and I think that's kind of what I liked about the movie is it shows everyone having nerve in their own way.
Well, let's talk about one moment of the movie where you had to show some bravery, and obviously there's going to be some film techniques used for this, and that is being on a motorcycle at 60 miles an hour. Obviously, but I'm not going to give too much away. How real does it get in those moments? I
mean, I was on the back of the motorcycle. It was 4 a.m. They shut down Park Avenue, and they put me on the back of a motorcycle with a stunt guy, and they followed us in a car, and it was just 3, 2, 1 action, and we took off down the tunnel. And I mean, it was so fun, but so scary. And I was also on top of that in a green sparkly mini dress, which I think was the most nerve-wracking because I was like, if God forbid something goes wrong, I'm bare-legged on this bike. I mean, of course, nothing did, but there was definitely an element of real, scaredness there. But it was also, I mean, it's once in a lifetime that they shut down Park Avenue and let you ride a motorcycle down it in New York City. So that was pretty fun, but it was terrifying.
But terrifying too must have been that scene where you had to kiss Dave Franco for 5 seconds.
Terrifying.
How many times? Does he get it on one take, or do you need? Oh no, I think.
Yeah, I was like, we need 10. We need options.
Your professionalism.
Yeah,
that's what gets me about this actress.
I said we need options. No, it was yeah, that was funny. Everyone's like, would you kiss a stranger? I'm like, yeah, of course. And they're like, what if it wasn't Dave Franco? And I always go, oh yeah, I didn't think that far ahead. I guess maybe not. But yeah, I got lucky that my stranger was Dave Franco.
Well, how about this? Would you hug?
I'll hug.
That's your dare.
You're not a stranger.
Emma Roberts, I can't thank you enough. Terrific movie, and this is Scott. Till next time.